Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Nidhi Taneja. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 28th of December. Indian Cabinet improves ordinance imposing penalty on holders of banned notes. Several people, including Afghan lawmaker, injured in Kabul bomb attack. And winter carnival in northern India attracts visitors. And now for all the details. The Indian Cabinet on Wednesday approved an ordinance to impose penalty on individuals possessing scrapped Rs 500 and 1000 rupee notes beyond March 31st. This is to extinguish the liability of the government and the central bank on the demonetized high-value notes to prevent future litigations.
In a meeting in capital New Delhi, the Indian government approved an ordinance to penalize citizens holding high-value currency notes after 31st March. The specified banknote cessation of liabilities ordinance has been brought to prevent future litigations against the government and the Reserve Bank of India for ditching 500 and 1000 rupee notes. The ordinance makes it illegal to hold old currency post March 31st, inviting penalty or imprisonment for individuals otherwise. It also prescribes a limit on holding old currency. While announcing the demonetization of the old currency on November 8, the government had allowed holders to either exchange them or deposit in banks and post office accounts. While the facility to exchange the old notes has been withdrawn, citizens have time till Friday to deposit the holding in their accounts.
Staying on to news from India, 2 people were killed and dozens injured when an express train derailed in northern India on Wednesday. This is the second such incident in India in 2 months. A report.
15 coaches of an Indian express train went off track near northern Kanpur city of Uttar Pradesh province. This is the latest in the series of train accidents in India in recent times. Following the incident, several trains have now been diverted.
ये सियालदा अजमेर एक्सप्रेस जो अजमेर की तरफ जा रही थी उसका डिरेलमेंट हुआ है। जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं डिरेलमेंट काफ़ी डैमेजिंग टाइप का हुआ है और अभी तक 28 लोग इंजर्ड हॉस्पिटल में हैं, 2 लोगों की डेथ बताई जा रही है।
The cause of the incident is yet to be ascertained, even as an inquiry has been ordered. Officials said that all passengers had been rescued from the derailed carriages. Last month, in what has been the worst rail tragedy in the country in recent years, over 140 people were killed and 180 others were injured when 14 coaches of an express train derailed in the same province.
India's oldest active political party, Congress, on Wednesday marked its 132nd foundation day. Formed in 1885, the Indian National Congress, or INC, dominated the Indian movement for independence from Great Britain.
Senior leaders and party workers of India's oldest active political party, Congress, on Wednesday gathered together to mark the party's 132nd foundation day in national capital New Delhi. While senior Congress leader and former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was also present at the event, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi took the center stage in commemorating the party. In the late 19th and early to mid-20th centuries, Congress became a pivotal participant in the Indian independence movement.
क्या रिश्ता है कांग्रेस का भारत से, भारत के लोगों से? मैं कहना चाहता हूं, ये रिश्ता साजे दर्द का रिश्ता है। हमारे दर्द साजे हैं, हमारे सपने साजे हैं, हमारी डेस्टिनी साजी है।
In the 1920s and 30s, the Congress party led by Mahatma Gandhi began advocating non-violent and non-cooperation movements against the British rule. Post-independence, Jawaharlal Nehru, who later became the first Prime Minister of India, dominated the Congress party. Congress today is one of the dominant political parties in India.
Afghan capital Kabul was on Wednesday morning rocked by an explosion yet again. The bombing was targeted at a lawmaker, causing some casualties. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack so far.
An explosion went off in a crowded area in Kabul in which Fakuri Behishti, a lawmaker from Bamia, and his son were wounded. Behishti was on his way to parliament when a magnetic IED was detonated against his vehicle. According to sources, several people were wounded in the attack and one of Behishti's bodyguards was killed.
بعد همگی سراسیمه شدن، دکاندارا آمد و به فرار. ما هم دکان بسته کردیم، شیشه‌های دکان ما هم قسم ریخت.
The incident comes a week after another lawmaker was targeted by a suicide bomber at his residence in Kabul, in which 6 people were killed. The Taliban had claimed responsibility for last week's attack.
Pakistan, Russia and China have agreed to expand their tripartite consultation on Afghan conflict and include Kabul in the discussion. This comes after Kabul expressed dissent about its exclusion from the talks.
After Kabul objected to its absence from the regional discussion, Pakistan, China and Russia agreed to expand the format of consultation to include Afghanistan. It was the third round of tripartite talks between the three countries that was held on Tuesday in Moscow on deteriorating situation in Afghanistan and the rise of Islamic State. However, the announcement of the talks had irked Kabul, which questioned the effectiveness of a process on Afghanistan without its representation. Meanwhile, the three countries also agreed to make efforts to remove Afghan individuals from the UN sanction list to foster peaceful dialogue between Kabul and Taliban. This, however, comes as an irony as Kabul, that had last month asked the United Nations to add Taliban's new leader, Maulvi Haibatullah, to its sanction list.
Afghan officials have said that Taliban insurgent group in Baghashan province of Afghanistan has changed its war strategy and is now bombing security checkposts opposed to storming them. According to local officials, the Taliban has conducted 2 suicide bombings against checkposts this month and have moved their focus from Wardoj district to Bharak district. Bharak district police chief Abdul Wadood said both suicide bombings have been carried out in the district. Meanwhile, security forces in Badakhshan have said they are waiting for orders to launch winter operations. A delegation of tour operators from across India visited the Kashmir Valley to access the security situation in northern Jammu and Kashmir province. Calling it the ideal tourist destination, they vowed to bring back more tourists to the province.
Terming the Kashmir Valley a safe place for tourists, a delegation of tour operators from different parts of the country called upon the people to visit the paradise on earth, saying the atmosphere was conducive. A 25-member delegation of tour operators were on familiarization tour of the valley on the invitation of Department of Tourism of Jammu and Kashmir province.
जो भी हम इलाके में घूमे हैं, गुलमर्ग, पहलगाम, डल लेक, हमें लोकल लोगों से भी अच्छी इंटरेक्शन हुई है. हमारे ट्रैवल फ्रेटर्निटी के जो लोग हैं उनके साथ भी अच्छे वार्तालाप हुए हैं, जहां हम देख रहे हैं कि काफ़ी नॉर्मल सी है कि टूरिस्ट आने में कोई दिक्कत दिखाई नहीं दे रही हमको. हम जितने जल्दी हम वापस बम्बई जाके we'll be doing a lot of promotions for getting in tourists.
During their 4-day-long stay, they visited popular tourist hotspots including Pahalgam, Gulmarg and Srinagar to assess the situation.
तो काफ़ी अच्छी इंटरेक्शन इनकी रही. हमने की जो है मीटिंग्स करवाई यहाँ के स्टेक होल्डर्स के साथ। हर दिन इनकी एक मीटिंग रही। ऑनरेबल सीएम भी इनके साथ मिलने के लिए आई, तो इन्होंने खुद देखा और इन्होंने ये खुद ही इनको पता चला कि यहाँ की सिचुएशन क्या है, उसको एसेस इन्होंने किया।
The tourism sector is the economic backbone of the northern province, as large number of tourists visit the picturesque valley round the year. After receiving positive response, local tour operators are hopeful that the valley would be bustling with tourists in a short period.
Tourists in India's hill station Shimla are enjoying the winter carnival with utmost delight. As a part of the carnival, a fashion event was held to display the region's sartorial treasure. Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Indian Cabinet approves ordinance imposing penalty on holders of banned notes. Several people, including Afghan lawmaker, injured in Kabul bomb attack. And winter carnival in northern India attracts visitors. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.